Where did I put it? Don't tell me I deleted it. I may have deleted it. Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Y'all know who it is. It's the number one Chief Rocker. Um, thank you for joining the premiere Knicks show on a weekend. It's the weekend, baby. And do I have some stuff to talk about, man? Some Knicks updates to talk about, and just some general stuff. It's gonna say salute to Ala Wise, Kerry Cox in the building. Salute to everyone watching us on X. Salute to everyone watching us on YouTube. Um, so I'm gonna get right to it. Right, I'm gonna get right to it once my notes open up. There we are. There we are. Um, so the Knicks have quite the situation. Ribs is in the building. Salute. So the Knicks have quite the situation. Um, they're playing well offensively. Couple of injuries. Couple of people um, um, showing out from the bench. Some young guys are showing promise, and the schedule is looking easier than what we thought. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm not gonna hold you here all night on a Saturday. So I'll get right to it. I'm gonna try. I'll probably rock by myself. Just go over some things. And so salute to the chat. Ribs in the building. King Embert, what's good? So I'll get right to it. OG Anunoby is injured. OG Anunoby is injured, right? Am I panicking? No. Coach is in the building. Salute, coach. Am I panicking about OG Anunoby pulling a hamstring? I'm telling myself, no, I'm not panicking. But deep inside, in those deep hidden crevasses, yes. But here's the reason why on the surface why I'm not panicking. I must have too many things open because my computer is looking to be bonkers. Let me move. I just moved this over here so that I can view it. So I can view that over here. And then that way I can look at this. Right. So OG Anunoby being injured puts us in a situation where we have a few things to think about. Right. One of the things to think about is, what's the rotation going to be like with OG Anunoby out? The reason why that's a major concern, just make sure, let me get my mic right. Okay. So the reason why the OG Anunoby injury is a major concern to me is because I personally think this stretch from OG Anunoby, this 11 and a half games, has probably been the best and most consistent basketball we've seen from OG Anunoby as a Knick. Right? That's what I think. I think this stretch of offense and defense and a little more rebounding has probably been OG Anunoby's best stretch as a Knick. And I know there is a January Knicks window in there, right? But OG has been hooping. My concern is, what is OG Anunoby going to look like once he gets back? I know OG is going to get back. He'll be fine by the end of the season. My thing is what's he going to look like upon his return, whenever that return date is? Right? Will he need some time to ramp up? Will he have a minutes restriction? Will he come back on fire because he's fresh? Those are my questions. Now, do I have the answers to them? Of course not. I don't have the answers to that yet. Nobody does. Right? We'll have to wait and see what OG looks like upon his return. The Knicks will do the long game with the answers. They'll be like, oh, he's day to day, he's this, he's that, he's whatever, right? In his absence, though, the major question is who is going to replace OG Anunoby defensively and offensively, right? Like who is gonna replace OG, right? Are we looking like is that player gonna be Landry Shamet? I think Landry Shamet, Fritz Alcindor, salute. Coach in the building, salute. I think the obvious answers is Landry Shamet can duplicate OG's production offensively and maybe look even better. He may give the Knicks a different look offensively, right? But defensively, who replaces OG Anunoby? We don't have that guy. We don't have that guy on the roster, right? Because OG Anunoby is not a once in a lifetime player, but there are probably only 10 players in the league like OG Anunoby, right? There are probably only 10 of them, and the Knicks have one, right? So we don't have a guy like that off our bench that's proven that he can put up comparable OG Anunoby defense. What does that mean ultimately? What does that mean? Does that mean the Knicks lean even more into offense? Do the Knicks lean into offense even more, like they did Friday night? Do they have a secret weapon, maybe an unused weapon? Is it Mo Diawara? Do you give those minutes to Gershon Yabusele? Maybe a diverse look, maybe a more traditional, old school 1980s NBA look. Do you go that way? So OG's injury, while concerning, and y'all pardon me because I got dual monitors up here, and so the computer was like trying to be a little fritzy, little jinxy, right? So while the OG injury is concerning, it does come at a time where the favorable does seem to be a little favorable. A little bit. Not overly, but a little bit. Right? And I'm not saying that the Knicks should go into any game taking any opponent lightly, because any NBA team can beat any NBA team on any night. Right? But this stretch of games that we have seems like we can survive. Seems like we can keep the ship afloat until Brunson comes back healthy and then OG returns healthy. Plus, we don't know the severity. We don't know like the severity of the OG injury. So we don't know if it's going to be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We don't know. And then plus all NBA bodies heal differently. Right? Right. So all bodies heal differently. All ankle injuries heal differently. Some come back from ankle injuries quick. Some come back from some people take time to come back from ankle injuries. Right. Depends on the body. OG in a hamstring. I don't know how long it'll take, because if you look at what Precious Achiuwa missed over 30 games with a hamstring last year, and we didn't know the severity. We didn't know a lot of different things. And it's what it is. One of the positives, though, is that if we have to deal with a major injury to OG Anunoby, at least it gives minutes and roles to players that were in lesser roles the opportunity to step up and be a bigger part of the winning formula. Right? That means maybe Shamet is the starter now. Like, say for instance, maybe now we're starting Shamet and Deuce, and then that means angry or grumpy Josh comes off the bench in that super sub role where he subs in for everybody in that starting lineup. Right? Does that mean Jordan Clarkson plays an increased role? Do you consider starting Jordan Clarkson as opposed to Deuce and go in all offense? Because you know defensively your team is going to be at a disadvantage. Because even with OG Anunoby out, there are going to be some nights where the Knicks are legitimately down 3 NBA starters. There are going to be some nights where you don't see Mitch, OG, or Jalen Brunson. And I'm referring to this little stretch. I'm talking about this stretch while guys are out due to injury is what I'm referring to. So on those nights where you might not see Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, or Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson, what do you do if you're Mike Brown? Well, the obvious answer is next man up. The obvious answer is you're probably going to have to play Huck Porty a little bit. You're probably going to have to play one of the young wings off the bench a little bit, right? You may have to play Tyler Kolek a little bit, right? Because you can't just play. I mean, I guess you can, but it's not wise to play a 7-man rotation, right? It's not wise to do that. Right? It wouldn't be wise to do that because now you're looking at dipping into your depth with the detriment of guys maybe not being available. They're basically playing the long game. Now the long game is at risk, right? One of the things that I would consider. One of the things that I would consider is giving Landry Shamet the green light. Hey, bro, you got it, shoot it. One thing I would consider is giving Landry Shamet, and during this stretch, right, not forever, not the forever green light, right, but I would consider giving Landry Shamet the ultimate green light, right? Not in a Jalen Brunson green light sense, but kinda. Right? The thing is we know Mikal Bridges is a limited offensive player with high upside, if that makes sense. Like Mikal Bridges can score. He can score, but he doesn't have a diverse scoring skill set. Like Mikal Bridges is not going to get to the free throw line. He's not going to dunk on people. He's not going to be a heavy screen setter in your offense. He's not going to sprint around and around, constantly in motion like Landry Shamet. So what I would consider is just leaving Mikal Bridges in his current role. When he gets hot, let him cook. Right? If he's playing in the flow in the offense, let it flow. Seems like it doesn't make sense on the surface. But if you want to maintain a sense of consistency, even though you're missing the parts that had you be consistent, why not let Landry Shamet take 15, 16 shots a game? Right? Because on nights when you're going to miss Mitch OG and Brunson within this next 1 to 2 weeks, however long it is. We don't know how long Jalen Brunson's out. We don't know what games Mitch is going to miss, right? We assume it's going to be back-to-backs. I don't think the Knicks have a back-to-back coming up, but I'm saying if this occurs, why not give Landry Shamet the greenest of all green lights? Why not give Jordan Clarkson the green light, right? Because ultimately with OG Anunoby's 18 points a game and with Jalen Brunson's 28, 29 points a game, the Knicks are missing somewhere close to 46, 47 points per game, right? Cat's not going to make up all that offense by himself. Someone has to pick up their scoring somewhere, right? Now, is it, yo, Cully, the Cully GOAT is in the building. Salute, Cully. What's good? Where are you going to get the points from? Can you get Cat to give you maybe 3 or 4 more points per game? Sure. Can you get Cat to give you 25, 26 points per game while Jalen Brunson's out? Sure. Right? Can you ask Bridges to give you about 20 points per game? Sure. And I'm talking about for a stretch. I'm not talking about forever. I'm just talking about for a stretch, for a spell. Maybe a week, maybe 2. So maybe 5 games, maybe 6 games, something like that, until Brunson gets back. Can we give these guys the green light? But here's the thing, with being a scorer, scoring takes a lot of energy, right? Takes a lot of energy to be a scorer in the NBA. So now, if Shamet becomes a scorer, who steps into the Landry Shamet role on the bench? Who takes who adds the what Cats brings outside of who is going to be the other rebounder on the floor? These are questions that I have. So when I wrap this up, I'm gonna add the answers, right? I'm gonna add what I think are the answers, right? But with Jalen Brunson's injury, so Jalen Brunson is injured. So what does that mean? So what that means for one is the Knicks have to find a point guard in his absence, and hopefully that person handles that responsibility and becomes a steadying presence even after Jalen Brunson returns. And I'm sorry for looking away, y'all. I have 2 screens. I have the notes on a separate screen. So the Knicks are going to have to find a point guard from somewhere that's going to be able to subsidize what these guys are giving you extra and be a captain or a steadying influence on the floor. I don't know if Deuce McBride is that guy. It's no shot at Deuce. Deuce is a defender. Deuce and Deuce is a franchise player, right? We need Deuce. But I don't know if Deuce McBride is that guy offensively. Right? Now, could he be that guy defensively? Absolutely. I think so. Sherman said Shamet was a point guard in college. Maybe he was, but I don't remember that. I don't remember it. He may have been. I just can't recall it. So who's gonna add that on court leadership that Jalen Brunson offers every night, right? Who's gonna offer that? Who's gonna offer that? I don't know if that guy right now on. I don't know if that guy has proven himself enough on this roster. I don't know if that guy on this roster has proven himself enough. If we need that guy, I think the only option for us is to continue to bring Deuce off the bench and I know this is going to sound crazy, but Mikal Bridges could be our initiator. He did it last year for stretches when Jalen Brunson was out. And I'm not saying long term. I'd love to see, kind of like what Sherwin is saying, not the Kev McCullough part, because I don't think Kev McCullough has proven he's an NBA player just yet. Maybe that day will come soon, but he's not ready, right? But the combination of Shamet, Deuce, and Bridges, I think, can do it, knowing that you'll have Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. But more importantly than any of that is late in games without Jalen Brunson, who is going to be the Knicks closer? Late in games, say a 4-point game, a 4-point deficit, a 5-point lead, under 3 minutes, who's going to be the Knicks closer? Is it going to be Karl-Anthony Towns? Is it going to be Landry Shamet? Is it going to be Mikal Bridges? Is it going to be Deuce? Is it Josh? In my mind, the more perfect fit for that role should be Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson has the offensive bag to get you 1, 2, or 3 straight buckets. So he has the skill set to do it, but does he have the mentality? Excuse me. Does he have the mentality to do it for a 2-week stretch? Who's going to be the closer for the Knicks while Brunson is out? We don't know how long Brunson is out. All we know is that Jalen Brunson is injured and he may be back soon. But the Knicks always tell you that. And I'm not knocking the Knicks for doing it the way that they do it. What I'm saying is we've been watching this front office long enough. We understand how they operate. So who's going to be the Knicks closer? I don't know if I'm the first person to ask that or not, right? I don't know if I'm the first person to ask that or not, but what I will say is it's concerning. So if y'all had that conversation already, y'all let me know. Right? Y'all let me know, right? All right. So one other thing I want to talk to y'all about really quickly is, what do we think about the young guys? What do y'all think about the young guys? I'll tell you what I think about them right away, right? Mo Diawara's defense is beyond terrible, but he's young. Mo Diawara's defense is worse than Jalen Brunson. His defense is worse than Cat. Mo Diawara's defense is worse than Jordan Clarkson, right? But he's young. And I'm not calling him a bad player. Derek Franks is in the building. Salute. I'm not calling Mo Diawara a bad player. What I'm saying is right now, a young, inexperienced player has work to do on defense. Mo Diawara, yeah, Sherwin, I feel you. Brunson's defense hadn't been bad. As a matter of fact, I pointed it out in the preseason that it's probably been pretty good. I think Brunson's defense has been pretty good, especially when you compare it to past years of defense. So while Mo Diawara's defense is bad, he gives me, and I know this is going to sound crazy, this is going to sound beyond bonkers, but Mo Diawara's skill set to me at the moment gives me Josh Hart vibes. A bigger, younger Josh Hart, right? I think Mo Diawara's, the way he moves in the open court is good. His handles in the open court they're good. His passing is pretty good, right? With time, I can see him develop towards being a Josh Hart type in the open floor. Now, the half court offense, we all know half court offense takes time. So for everybody thinking that he might be Pascal Siakam, I'm going to say just give him some time before we compare him to all-stars, because the talent is there. The talent is there. Nah, Franks, I'm not saying he equal. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, this is not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is his skill set is like Josh Hart's right now in this moment. In this moment, right? The skills, the one skill that stands out is his ability to move in the open floor. His ability to dribble in the open floor. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to Josh, man. Nah, Josh is my guy. Right? I'm not bashing Josh. And I prefer grumpy Josh too. I don't like nice Josh. Josh Hart, if you're watching, I prefer grumpy Josh. Right? I prefer bent up finger Josh. I don't like Tommy John Josh. Right? I don't like clean draws Josh. I like grumpy falling on the floor Josh. I like him better. Right? But if we're talking about Mo Diawara, I think the one skill that stands out from him right now, not saying he doesn't have other skills. I'm not saying that he doesn't have other skills. What I'm saying is the one skill I think that could get him on the floor is playing like Josh. Right? Now, does that keep him on the floor? That'll be up to him. He has to improve in some areas. Right? Right? He has to improve on free throw shooting, even though I think that's an anomaly. I think he was just nervous with the free throws he missed. He's got to improve his defense though, because if you're a 6'8" wing, player in today's NBA, we'd like for you to be a hard-nosed, switchable defensive wing that can guard 1 through 4, and not all at an elite level. You're going to guard point guards at one level, jumbo wings at another level, combo guards at another level, wings at another level. You're not going to be A+ across the board for all of it, right? He's not going to be like, no guy is A+ guarding every archetype of NBA player, right? Like the John Morants of the world may cook some guys, but you may be able to clamp up Jason Tatum, is what I'm saying. But in order for Mo Diawara to get on the floor and stay on the floor, he has to improve on the skills that he's already shown, and then also shore up his defense. Because his defense doesn't have to be elite for a 20-year-old, right? We don't expect his defense to be elite until he gets to that 22, 23 age, when defensive guys legit become known for defense is around 22, 23, 24. Sherwin, again, I agree. I agree with you. That's the reason why I mentioned open floor dribbler. So we probably agree right here. We probably agree So I understand what you're saying. Like this is what I mean. Like same thing as Josh, a straight line dribbler off the rebound, but he pushes the pace so much that it creates numbers. Is what I'm getting at. He did show that he could shoot the three a little bit, and if that's part of his game, then that may get him on the floor. But bad defense will always keep you off the floor. It'll always keep you off the floor, right? Pakam Dadier. Since you mentioned Pakam Dadier, I have to speak about Pakam Dadier. In my mind, Pakam Dadier is the fourth best defender on this team, right? Of course, you know who the big three are. Or no, let me say it. He's the fifth best defender on this team. But you know who the big four are. You know I'm going to talk about Deuce. You know I'm going to talk about Mitch. You know I'm talking about OG. And you know I'm talking about Bridges. But outside of that, outside of those four, I think Pakam Dadier is the best defender on the team outside of those four, and it's not even close. It's not even close. One of the only things about Pakam Dadier that I dislike is I think Pakam Dadier at times plays timid, plays soft, right? Like you hadn't seen Pakam Dadier angry yet. We've seen about a year and some change of Pakam Dadier, and you hadn't seen him change expressions yet. Pakam Dadier gives me right now in this moment, right? And y'all know I love Pakam Dadier, right? Y'all know I love Pakam Dadier. So this is strictly like basketball criticism. This is a critique. This is not hate. I'm not sending hate mail to Pakam Dadier, right? But hey, Wiz, we can't say we can't say stuff like this because if you say y'all know Mo Diawara is French, right? Mohamed Diawara is French. So if you say one guy is my dog and he's a dog, right? Because he, you know what I'm saying? But then be like, no, man, such and such, because he's French. Be like, what am I really saying? Yeah, I know Victor Wembanyama is French. Bilal Koulibaly is French. Just saying to my people, just saying. Just saying. Like, but Yabusele, is Yabusele French also? Chat, is Yabusele French? I think Gershon Yabusele is French also, right? But to the point about Dadier has to stop playing. Dadier has to stop playing like a soft finesse shooting guard. That's what he plays like right now. Right now, he plays like a finesse shooting guard that depends on the three. Right? And we can't have that. Right? Right now, what the Knicks need is big, athletic wing defenders that's going to play like dogs. We need him and Mo Diawara to play the same. Right? But at the same time, I do understand that they're very young. They're very young. Right? So Kev McCullough is going to turn 25 years old in February or somewhere around there. Kev McCullough legit will be 25 this winter in February, March, somewhere. Tyler Kolek will turn 25 in March, right? Mo Diawara and Pakam Dadier, they won't turn 21 until the end of the summer. Those guys these guys are 20 years old or somewhere in that neighborhood. They won't turn 25 for 4 years. And so one of the things in separate conversations I have with Knicks fans is we group all the kids together, and what we shouldn't do is group them together. We should look at one set of young players like Kev McCullough, Tosan and Bowen, and Tyler Kolek as older young guys, and then Dottier and Mo Diawara should be looked at like babies. That's what they are, basically. In NBA years, that's what they are. And I know they're grown men, whatever. But the difference between the two sets of young guys is one set of young guys is old in terms of youngsters, and the other set is young, very young in terms of youngsters. So when it comes to the Mo Diawara conversation, he's going to continue to add skills to his toolkit until he becomes a rotation player. The same thing with Pakam Dadier. He's going to continue to add things to his toolkit over time, but you have to wait, because though Pakam Dadier's defense is really good, do y'all remember what Scottie Pippen looked like at age 19, age 20? You didn't, because he played for Central Arkansas at 20, right? Scottie Pippen legit was the point guard of Central Arkansas at age 20. So for the one set of kids, I'm saying their grade is, they don't even get a grade, right? I don't even grade them on anything. Just the fact that they're on the active roster is enough for me. But then there are the other youngsters, Tosan and Bowen, Kev McCullough, Ariel Hukporty, who will be 24 next spring, Tyler Kolek, who will be 25 next spring. These guys need to be contributing right now. These guys need to be contributing right now, because these players that I'm mentioning to you, they're only a year younger than Deuce. Kev McCullough, Tyler Kolek, they're a year younger than Deuce McBride. That's it. They need to be contributing right away. We need them to contribute, right? But Tyler Kolek and Ariel Hukporty both appear to be in Mike Brown's doghouse, right? Y'all notice that, and here's how I know they're in the doghouse. Mitchell Robinson sat on the first game of a back-to-back. Mike Brown never even looked at Ariel Hukporty. He's in a doghouse. You got to center down. You know he's going to be out. You're preparing. You knew the schedule when the season started, right? You knew this game was coming up, and they still didn't play Ariel Hukporty. He's in a doghouse. He's not ready. Jake, what's good, man? Coming into last night's game, Jalen Brunson was hurt. You knew he was hurt. And you knew you were playing a longtime historic rival who already beat you this season. And Tyler Kolek didn't even take his shirt off. They're in the doghouse. Mike Brown can't trust them yet. It's one thing, right? It's one thing, Diawara and Dottier being in the doghouse. They too young to go. They too young right now. Right now, their skill set is not mature enough to give you solid NBA minutes. But that's all right, because we know that day soon come. But for Tyler Kolek and for Ariel Hukporty, both of these guys have played minutes in the NBA. And Mike Brown needs depth. And he didn't look at Tyler Kolek, nor did he look at Ariel Hukporty. And we knew that Gershon Yabusele was struggling, and he went with a struggling Gershon Yabusele over Ariel Hukporty. Now, does that mean we should throw either of those players away? No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. We need both of those guys to get better so that they can contribute. Right? Because with Brunson out, we're not only going to need just minutes so guys can take a break, but we're going to need guys to keep plays alive and make plays, right? Because Cat can't play point center. Josh can't play center. Bridges can't be himself and OG Anunoby at the same time. He can't. You're going to need more bodies to contribute. More hands on the paddle, rowing the boat in the same direction. It's the reason why you have so many roster spots. So what does the future hold during this time where we have injuries to 2 starters and a 3rd starter going through injury management? My answer to that, everybody, and I want y'all to hear me carefully if y'all can hear me. My answer to that is, where's the camera at? So my answer to that is play the hot hand. Whoever is hot during this stretch, play them. Whoever is hot during the stretch, ride them. Ride the hot hand. I don't care if it's Clarkson or Shamet or Cat. We only need the hot hand for maybe 2 weeks. Give us 2 weeks of that. Ride the hot hand. On that note, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking on a Saturday night. Just came through real quick, show my face, because I know this week was a little off, man, with stuff. I just wanted to show my face, man, let y'all know how much I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, man. I'm out of here, y'all.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my